Hello, guys. There we go. Yeah, it's working. Italy. I need to get to Italy. That'd be nice. Everybody hear me okay? I'm pretty cool, whatever. Hello, Eric. Shut up, Ellie. I'll be here next week. Vero Beach. I need to go to Vero Beach. I don't have anything to say. It's not good news. Don't. If anybody's coming in to me to say, "Hey, I'll do this thing," no. I just wanted to kind of address it all. But we'll get started on that. Yeah, but you can on Bluetooth and just listen drive. Like you don't hear me enough. Mm. 6 minutes. You get to hear it all next week for the whole week. Not a whole. So, yeah, 5 minutes. We'll talk about it. Sorry. Trying to let everybody come in. Is going to come in, which should be posted later, the way you can go watch if you need to. Oh, I wonder why it came FedEx. Usually it's all USPS. Or are you talking about something else? What'd you order? That's the real question. A bodybuilding company. Like penis stuff or I tried to make an educated guess. That is true. You got 3 minutes. Yeah, it'll be a good little vacation. Forget about all the crap you're dealing with. I'm just glad the weather's going off. Actually, gonna get a fall, I think. Maybe not California, but no, I'm just sick. Always raining in New Jersey. Just don't take the turnpikes. All right, 2 more minutes. Kansas. Oh, you guys gonna get tornadoes. Any sign of a tornado. France. Yeah, man. I was actually talking with somebody in another band not too long ago about looking at setting them up to get there. So next year, but we're coming. One minute. No, Jeff. Usually, I mean, we'll do it live. It'd be cool to do either of those. But I'm assuming that he's seen the video with Kenny being interviewed, and I believe Scott is his name. He kind of asked him about us and dropped my name. It's not something where I've been contacted to do anything or whatever. It's just first of all, I'll say that it's never been our thing. I've always said that I would never do it if anybody ever contacted me. I feel it would be a thing I would want to even try to snowshoes. What we do is honestly something we wanted to stand on our own with its own. The beginning stages, like the first album of The Haunting and the Power was just it was like a test run. It was kind of half-assed put together. It had a lot of like nods and influences to typo songs and riffs and to that nature. It was just kind of spelling it out for people. A lot of people don't realize it. So I don't even consider the first album an album to me. About half of the material in that was fully written without those types of influences that I was just trying to pull into it. So I've got a lot of people tagging me, a lot of people calling me, a lot of people messaging me, and it typically happens whenever the guys get on an interview and start talking to Typo Tribute. Yeah, I kept quiet. I really don't talk about it at all. I just said I'd do it, but I did get a call from a good friend of mine. I won't say who. It's somebody with a name and reputation, and has some pretty extensive knowledge on the grounds of what that band was and are and were. But he you know, he did say if get this opportunity, take it, blah blah blah, whatever. So it's one of those things where expected anything, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not worried about it. Those guys have their own methods and ways, whatever that they want to do and handle it. They want to handle it, and you know, if I get a call, then fine. We talk from there. I just want to let everybody know that it's not something that's in the works. I don't feel that there's anybody that can step in those shoes or that role. We just do what we do. I enjoy what I do. And, um, like writing the music we write, the thing was to be in a swimming pool. I looked at it from genres. You know, if you look at your music and metalheads and whatever else, you know, it's all this spawn from this that, and you had these commemorative bands, and same thing. It's the same way for a lot of the newer bands that are out there today. All sound like somebody. They aim because of somebody. So we just didn't have that in the realm of typo. So just know my upbringing had the band in the early 2000s. It was always attached to me. It was the people would see the show, whatever. Then I always had the comment attached to me. So it was kind of one of those where I couldn't escape it. So if I was going to do it, I just wanted to do it in my fashion. Yeah. I think it's very different in its own right. It's just it's played in that kind of atmosphere. That's all. So no, it's not about trying to mimic or be somebody. Not and never will be, and honestly, nobody will be. I just I want to make sure everything's respectful towards those guys. So when we play live shows, we might play a type cover or two, but we're not a tribute. We write original songs, but we do like to perform typo covers while we're out, just so everybody kind of gets the I don't know, right to be there and enjoy it, because the band doesn't tour. And it's been done many years. And I just I want things to be done with justice, and hopefully we do that. Seems to be the case that everybody enjoys it. So continue to do it, but it's not something where we're not going to go in the studio side and start recording cover songs, a typo, because you can't do anything different with the with the typo cover. If you attempt, it's not going to be good enough or better. And even like we did Lead to Death is kind of like a tribute, but that was just a kind of a run to see how it would sound or what we could even do. So the Love You to Death cover was supposed to be released on a thing to download and stream and whatnot. We just kind of stuck it. Yeah, no one's making that kind of music, and there's people that try, and the people that try. More power to them. It becomes a thing where it's like everybody. I don't know. I've always said like the Poe fans are the worst fucking fan I've met, because everybody like they're eating each other alive in a lot of these groups. I don't bother. I'm not in the groups. I'm not in the page. Keep up. I don't pay attention. I don't care. So in the haters gonna do what they do. I don't care about that either. There's nothing that they can say that's my mind or focus on anything that I want to accomplish or do or write, and so on and so forth. So yeah, so I don't have anything for. Well, if you don't enjoy, listen to it. It's simple. I don't care. Type it out there. They're recording it, dude. Go listen. It comes natural territory. I think you can take a lot of people that are out there that are very, very famous, and then you see all these people shit talking them and whatever else. It's part of it, man. Ignore on. Don't care. The fans being you guys that are here, and you just what we put out, and you ask us to come here, there, and you want more of this, more of that. You engage very well. We're thankful for that, because you've made us into what we are. When I first started, I had no idea today being able to talk to everybody. I honestly thought the whole damn thing would just crash and burn. Nobody would want it. Would give a fuck, but it actually turned out to be opposite. So we just put it. What would happen? I don't think I'm worthy to step in any kind of position for a tribute show. I mean, a tribute show is all about tribute, but those guys have a different take. That's technically out formula, but they're doing it in their own right, in their own method. I don't hold anything against them for that. And I know he spoke of having a famous singer. I think Johnny mentioned it. Cool. However they want to do it. It's a tribute. It's not to continue that band, or really going on any kind of a rabbit to say, okay, this is going to be the new Typo Negative. Because I know Pantera, a lot of crazy crap going on too, where everybody hates because it's not Dime and because it's not Benny. Who gives a shit? Those guys are gone. You're not going to have them back. So just enjoy what it is. And I think that would be important too for the Typo side. Let's see. Thank you, Roman Clodo. I guess how it's pronounced. I don't want to kill your name over here. Brian. Yeah, you're not. You got your tribute bands that are popping up too, that are out there. I think you got Dead End, and I was one of the main ones, and Zero Tolerance, which is Gary. I think he came from All Hallows, whatever. So you have them out there. Then I reckon to anybody just at least go and check them out or listen, especially if it's something you're into, especially like this music, which is you're never going to see live again. And I don't believe even now when they're talking, a tribute reunion type thing that is going to be something that happens. I think it's very speculative. I think they want it to. The money's got to be right, and Josh is going to be another thing. He's typically not into any of it anymore. When he got out. But I could see maybe him if he retires from his job, and it's like his one last. If he feels like his time's coming up to an end or whatever, he'll do it. I don't know. Yeah, you were around for the good years. Yeah, if we're invited to open for it, if they'd want us to, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. It's not something gonna go. Oh yeah, this is gonna happen, or oh yeah, I want this, and I'm gonna contact everybody I can and tell them, hey, go do so. I'm not doing that. No. If they want it, if they want me involved at all, I mean, they know how to reach me. Raquel, our wonderful PR lady. She was working with the Sun Don't Shine stuff on their PR while she was doing our PR. So we had that opportunity to get with again New Orleans and meet them, and they were nice dudes. They were good guy. Yeah, it's not something where their leg is intact for sure. I think it always will be. But they're also trying to call them path and then they have going on, which is respectful. In its own right. So maybe it might be a good idea if they tried more Typo injects into things and stuff like that. I think the fans would be appreciative of, because that was my biggest thing was never finding another that was like Typo out there, and seeing people beg for it as much as I think anybody begging for it. So yeah. I mean, it's easy to say that it rip off and whatever else. And to be fair, the first album you could consider half of that album to rip off, because like I said, I looked Typo riffs to kind of in make songs out of as my test run. Of course, coming in the second album, there's songs on that. I remember Dark Embrace was a big one where I literally wrote that bell to Haunted. And I the reason it is because nobody was paying attention. So you would do your foot, and you would share links and say, hey, go check this out. If you have typo, see how this, blah blah. And you would have people that typically don't respond, or they'll say, oh yeah, that was great. And then there's one person in particular. I saw them a year later say, oh, I just discovered this band. Go check him out. And I was like, I remember telling you about it early on. You obviously never went or listened. Um, so coming to that second album, I did Dark Embrace to purposely piss those people off, get their attention to make look. And I've got a dear friend in here right now. It was one of those, what the fuck? What is this? They get away with this? Can this? Blah 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 blah. And then her and I end up becoming very good friends through the band. She actually drove, I think, 5 hours to see West Virginia one year, and yeah, still around ever since. So it's it's rocky ground, and I get it, the diehard fan base of that, but that's not what we're after. Like, we have a that builds clothing for big rock stars, which Jackie Lawless or Blackie Lawless, sorry, and the Scorpions, and no, she's Sherry Lou from Riot Stitch. But I came to her and say, hey, how can I'm a big fan of the '80s, but I said, how can I infuse the kind of rock look with a goth look? And this is what we came up. We're all up there, and what would we consider big gay spandex, right? But it's just it's all about an image. It's just as important as the music. Yeah. Hopefully, I just don't get too fat to where it just looks like biscuits or something during the shows. Yeah, the UK, we are in talks right now. Get over to Europe next, as well as Mexico. So we're going to see what happens, and we may be able to really make that come through. I don't know. Oh yeah. Plan Left is Dennis Paul. We did a collaboration for Nights in White Satin together. Dennis is a great guy. He's a very talented guy too. I don't know if he's doing Plan Left anymore though, but yeah, it's been a little bit since I talked to him. Dougal. No, we're not planning a typo tribute. Like it's most that we'll do is when we play live and we tour around and do shows. The goal ultimately is to have the originals in front of everyone, but we will one or two from typo will cover it just to everybody be a part of this. Yeah, we Dennis and I actually bumped around a few ideas. What was the other we were looking at? It was something else. I think the Smiths. We were gonna work on the Smiths. It never came to be. We got all this going on our side. He's got a bunch of stuff going on his. So it's kind of rough to get in unless it all just completely piles in and then it's hard to put the time towards it with everything else going on. Still, yes, yeah, we definitely want to. We had a little con over there, which we can work out. New England moved great. We actually know a band up there actually that we wanted to bomb with at some point. Yeah, we could build out something where we can go up there and back to New York and stuff. I really would love to do Salem during this time. See all the Halloween stuff. But no, I'm just basically just here to address it. We don't have any intentions of living on the side. Yeah, I could tell you a story. It's something where a vampire ball in Pennsylvania had hit us up, and they were wanting us to do a tribute show for the ball. And I remember I said, "Well, we don't really do tributes. We'll cover the songs, but that's about it." And they said, "Well, how much do you charge?" I said, "Well, for that, maybe 5,000." And he said, "Well, how much would you charge for originals?" And I said, $1,000. He said, "Why is there so much of a price difference?" I said, "Well, don't want to do a tribute band. I don't get it. This as a tribute. I look at this as taking a genre and playing inside of it. But a lot of my influence in songs, especially, man, I've Bush and Pearl Jam and Def Leppard, Motley Crue. There's a lot of little things going on that's way outside of whatever else. And I actually hate the Beatles. I'm not a fan of the Beatles at all. Big fan of Sabbath, but it's what it is. And Hootie and the Blowfish. I love Soundgarden, but yeah, I'm big on '90s bands too. Temple Dog and Chris Cornell, those guys, man, they were geniuses at their craft. But yeah, you guys can ask whatever questions you need to ask and figure out whatever you got to figure out. Ooh, ladies on. Yeah, Doyle is a little oriental short here. And the whiniest thing you've ever seen. We have tour plans. The big ones are Mexico, and then at the time Brazil. But yeah, Brazil's looking a little flaky now. So yeah, it's a lot of Beatles influence. I mean, the guys took from a lot of it. Yeah, Pete. I know he was a huge Beatles fan, but it just didn't do it for me. Yeah. So under the law, we did re-release Fate One and Mysterium. So we kind of dove in and did like a full mix and just got a lot more clarity and stripped out of what was there. A lot of the earlier material was all our experiences. So it was more of a thing where you just get better quality. And I thought we did a few little chops here and there on some of the songs just to make them a little more mature. And we one of the big things was that album in particular was like a very pale green. It was almost like a zombie green. And then you'd see people that talked about, oh, you're trying to rip off the color. No, that wasn't the case at all. But we flipped it over to the orange color at the same time. That's kind of where we're residing in as far as our color scheme goes. But it was just better, done more mature, and just cleaned up the audio. You can come join if you want. No new news yet. We're still waiting on locations and dates, but it's in the pipeline. Oh, Carnivore song. I love Carnivore too. I have to say, Hill Supremacy. But I see Paul Bento. He was the guitarist in the later cover version. Him and I were discussing doing World Wars 3 and 4 as a cover. Getting him in the guitar work. So we'll see if it happens. All right. Well, I just was gonna say that. No, we're not doing a tribute. We're not getting phone calls or anything like this. You know, we just do what we do, man. That's all we're focused on. If it comes through, we'll see what happens. We'll let you go. But outside of that, we're trying to do our own thing, stand up on our own, man. There's no replacement. So that's what it is. And if you guys are out at the shows and we see you, then you know we hope you can join in and enjoy it. Hello, Barbara from Portugal. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and knock them out in this thing and let it rock and roll. Eric, we still owe you another show from Nashville, man. that was a disaster. But yeah, we're gonna do like a little revisit. Hopefully, we can set it up to where yeah, anybody who was there previously, we can maybe go half price on the door, or whatever the case may be. So we're gonna try and work something out. Oh yeah, it was a great night. Great night. I think yeah, that show sold out that night too. That was a good time. Yeah, very unique. Probably the most unique. New material is gonna be coming. Probably the next year or two. So we've already kind of play with some stuff that we can sit down with, start building off of it. But it's fully intentional. We'll have it together. But it might be a year or two. We'll see. We're gonna kind of whole things out. The albums we currently have. Album I'm most proud of. It's either going to be Fate or it's going to be Letters. I'm leaning more towards Letters. Like, production was the best of what come before, obviously, in the songwriting. Very detailed in a lot of ways. A lot of stuff I went with during that time. Eric, they did not get their gear back, but they had like a GoFundMe, and I know they had given them a guitar that I mailed out. So Amatory Murder, they got their stuff kind of being taken care of. They could stay running. I forget Brick Floyd. Yeah, do a great job, man. From I've seen and heard from those, but yeah, I think it does justice to play those songs as close as they can be. Best kind of memory. Oof. Best, probably the best that I've had partly would be when we played Darks Fest in New Jersey. Was that last year? With Kidius, he joined us on stage to perform pages, and man, it was just a really great night. Mike is a great guy, but never thought we were gonna ever have that opportunity. We were doing this song. I was literally saying, well, this will be the only time you hear it. So yeah, there is a very big chance that we'll come to Argentina. I know a couple years ago we were actually working on some contacts. The biggest problem is the venues. You have to really know people to make those kind of connections. Some of them find to be pretty risky. Um, but yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's typically regular. Sets are roughly 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what we can get away with. Typically, 45 minutes seems to be the average. One of my concerts actually that I've seen was a Perfect Circle. They were in their Murder Homes tour. Absolutely, Nadia. Chester. Yeah, I've heard of Chester. That's we're really going to take some time to sit down and do like an Ohio, Pennsylvania stretch. I was telling another guy earlier that kind of talks with the to put stuff together. We just got to get everything arranged. There's a lot of stuff, man. It's a fucking nightmare half the time. Money's got to be right, situated. Richie, I can tell you, the United States not like paying their bands. But Alan Hunter actually would be cool to do, man. It's just yeah, usually taking the time to sit down. For me, it could be really weird. There's some that stick out and go, yeah, well, that's obvious, and then there's some like, oh, but I want to do this obscure thing, and it kind of turns out well. Like Wicked Game, I didn't want to do Wicked Game because it's been so overdone. But Doug stayed on me about it, and we finally did it, and that turned out to be I think the best cover that we've got released right now. So. All right, there's nothing else. We're gonna work on pulling the plug. Yeah, Halloween's gonna be a thing. There are many Halloween shows where we're actually got a plan. So Kat and I are getting married next year, so we got to go deal with that. That'll be on Halloween, I guess. But we're also gonna film that and put into a music video. So have a new music video in the works. The next cover I actually played with "Take My Breath Away" from it was in the Top Gun film, and a big one is Elvis. My grandmother was a big fan of Elvis, so in line with me, I wanted to do that more for her. It's Jimmy Berlin. Take My Breath Away. Because I said, what's the gayest song that I could cover? And that one came to mind. Yeah, Pentecost really, for us, it's not a bother. It's more of PR and having basically the motion out on it, where the money comes in, and we can typically handle. Oh, Dennis did a version. Well, then I'm not doing it. It'll it forever, Bo. We would honestly love to go to Portugal. That's not one we've really discussed. But the big thing is whether or not there's enough to support it for us to come out and make it happen. But we would love to. I like travel. I like seeing things on the about. So enjoying the scenery without getting killed. I don't know if he's necessarily looking for a stand-in. That what we're talking about with Ken and the guys is, they're kind of their own little thing and to get it going for a type of tribute. I think they mean well too. I don't personally see it happening. Funniest moment. There's been some pretty wild stuff that can't really say on air. Without being an issue of getting somebody in trouble. So I'll have to keep a lot of that under wraps. Yes, all Russ is coming back. The female drummer. They should do well. I also heard like ticket prices are through the roof too. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna kill it from here. Thank you all for coming in, talking, and hopefully clarified some things for everybody. There's people that know about us that see us and they get to yapping, you have whatever they're gonna say. So, yeah, hopefully this will get some things up. But yeah, we're next show will be Tallahassee, Florida, November 9th. We had our guy Ed. He was our sound guy at Club L every time we played there. And we're gonna go. This died. I know he had a lot of complications, cancer. So we're gonna do his little celebration life show. He's a big fan of ours, big fan of typo. So some typo and it's in his name. Thank you guys for being here and talking, and we will see you soon.